Hi there, welcome to the latest breaking news within the Noah Presgrove case. Once again, another high-profile individual of authority and power has been charged for some very serious offences. But how does it link in within this case? I'm going to explain it to you today, as well present to you the news articles so you get a better understanding and the general theme of corruption. Because in terms of the ladder effect, it doesn't look too good. You might be wondering, what does the ladder effect mean? I will be revealing that to you today. It's a warlike ref term which was created in the past. But first, welcome to those that are currently here in this live premiere. If you're currently here, feel free to use the chat box on the right hand side to communicate with others and share your thoughts. But furthermore, by the end of this video, let me know what you think of the situation and how it impacts the case for Noah Presgrove. You can drop a comment down below under this video and I will respond back. You'll also find a pinned message by me with additional links if you do want to support this channel. And if you want to catch up on recent coverage, well, top right corner of the screen where that eye symbol is, click up there. You'll be able to find the previous videos of what I've done with the case, and as well the video that I did earlier today to do something completely different. It'll be of your interest, so just be on the lookout for that. Furthermore, wasn't able to do a video yesterday because the internet went down, and it was like that for hours upon hours. So what that has done has negatively impacted my growth on YouTube, my consistency, my coverage, and being able to keep cases alive. When you think of the algorithm, you got to be consistent, and when not, you get punished for it. So the internet, the whole of the United Kingdom has let me down for shit technology. So I'm pissed off beyond measure, right? But I'm able to do a video now and I'm trying to catch up on everything. So bear with me. Now, the context behind this, in terms of the person of high power profile that has got in trouble for some serious charges, I'm not going to tell you what those charges are yet because I want to be careful with my language and wording because of YouTube guidelines. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about when I show you the article. It's very shocking, so just be prepared. But in terms of the context, this individual is a male, bold, white, not that it really matters, but I might show you a photo on screen so you can see it yourself, and if not, there's just a description as an introduction. It's the Waurika city manager. As for what roles they play, I'm not too sure, but it will be of power. They will have the say over certain things. Now, if it's Waurika, what's that got to do with near to Tyrrell? Because they're separate, away from one another. Waurika is away from the party house. But the reason why this all links in within the Noah Presgrove case is the general theme of people of high power and possible trust end up doing dodgy things. Who can you look up to? Who can you trust besides the police, besides others, right? Even volunteer firefighters, if some of them are a bit dodgy. It creates trust issues, and if certain people you rely on are responsible for trying to help move the case along, well, that's a problem. In terms of the Waurika city manager, maybe not so much there, but still it's just the crossover theme of corruption, right? These people are appointed in certain roles and positions, and then they get up to doing very bad things. It doesn't look too good, does it? So like for the general public who may rely on these people for certain stuff, doesn't look too good. Furthermore, this news breaking was actually reposted, shared by Robin Smith, the aunt of Noah Presgrove, and it was posted on the Justice page. You might be able to see it on screen roundabout now. Robin Smith has reshared an event to do with Jefferson County or so. Jefferson County linked within the Noah Presgrove case because of location in general. So it speaks volume that. It must be important enough for a family member to repost it within the Noah Presgrove case community. And I just wanted to show you that as proof, just in case anyone tries firing back at me and downplaying, saying, why are you covering it? It's not that important. It must be important enough for a family member to reshare it, and within on the official Justice page run by family members moderators. So I think it's quite important. So with that being said, we're just going to get straight into the news article. I think there's like one or two, a bit of additional information. Let's get into it right now. The title reads, Waurika city manager arrested for alleged child abuse. Okay. You might wonder why I don't say certain words. It's because of the YouTube guidelines, but you can read it yourself very clearly. This is very serious stuff. And to do with the theme of younger people, I know Noah Presgrove wasn't exactly a really young individual, but the theme of just young individuals being vulnerable, caught up in certain situations, and people of an older age and maybe authority and power, a form of responsibility, and looking over individuals, and yet they abuse their power and their trust, and things like this can happen. Can you see the overall theme? It might be hard for some to understand, but it's under control here. That's a photo of the Waurika city manager on the left. I mean, some people could possibly say, well, it looks like the usual type, but, you know, people can come in different ways and looks can be deceiving. In this case, I think they've got receding hair, pointy nose, looking away from the camera. Some say when you look into the eyes of an individual, it can reveal a lot. I mean, to you, what does that show? Anything at all? This is by ABC News. Charles Coyote Dunn's mugshot. Is that Coyote or Coyote? Charles Dunn. We'll call him that. Waurika, Oklahoma, KSWO. Special agents with the Oklahoma Bureau of Investigation, the OSBI. The OSBI have been mentioned in talks within the Noah Presgrove case itself. Have arrested the city manager of Waurika on child abuse charges. Earlier this year, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office requested OSBI to investigate a possible sex offense. Waurika City Manager Charles Dunn, 30 years of age, was identified as the suspect. 30 years of age. He does not look 30. Just in my opinion, he looks in his 40s, but, you know, once again, can be deceiving. Dunn was interviewed by officials just a few days later, and a search warrant was served, leading to electronic devices being seized. Interviewed by officials. Okay. Several child abuse images were discovered on the seized devices. More than one, which doesn't sound too good according to the OSBI. Dunn was then arrested on Thursday, October 17th in Duncan, quite recent. He has been charged with possession and manufacture of child abuse material and loitering around residents to watch occupants. Does that mean hanging around younger people and watching or something? Dunn has been booked into Stephen County's jail. Now, let's move on to the next piece. This secondary article was 9 hours ago by Angel Oliva. And it pretty much says the same thing, really. I was just wondering if it was worded any differently. The city of Waurika, possible sex offences. And that was according to the OSBI. January 8th, I'm guessing 2024, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office requested that the OSBI investigate a possible offence in the city of Waurika. Linking to him. And further up it says, was arrested on possession of manufacture, creating abused material and loitering around, and from an investigation that started in January. So you can see how long it's been going on for. That's very interesting. Long enough to, gather evidence. The OSBI said that Dunn was identified based on information and evidence obtained during the investigation over a long period of time. On January 11th, OSBI special agents interviewed Dunn and served a search warrant. During the comprehensive investigation, several images were discovered. Dunn was arrested. Possession. Okay. So just a little bit more detail there. Let's head on over to Facebook because there were some responses. This was 8 hours ago by Robin Smith. And just furthermore, this is proof and evidence that, Robin did repost it onto the Justice page in case anyone was to question the screenshot from earlier. KSWO, breaking news investigation. But the comment section down here, who do we have? We have Sunny, shout out to Sunny, good individual, present on the channel too. Ashley Chadwick, another vocal person within the Presgrove family. Ashley being a cousin to Noah, who has appeared on Partners in True Crime alongside Robin Smith and TikTok, if you're aware of, just before the 1 year anniversary of Noah. And she says, justice in a positive way. Now, can the same be said about the Noah Presgrove case, or could it be a sign that things are moving in the right direction? I guess it depends. If the OSBI are involved, able to serve some kind of justice when it comes to a person of high power, a form of corruption, can the OSBI repeat that investigation and methods within Noah Presgrove? Has it already happened? Because it just seems a little bit bleak. Taking in mind, Waurika is away from the party house and near to Tyrrell. So it could be handled a little bit differently with who's present and on site. Just a suggestion. We've got Delissa Newman, yes. Dedra, what about the fact he was a law enforcement officer as well for Waurika? It's all family coming out, OSBI finally doing what's right. Wait, so is he a law enforcement officer or was? Oh yeah, was. And then he's transitioned to other things onwards. Right. So like the theme of you might have corrupt LE, who then may transition elsewhere to other higher forms of power and still maintain that corruptness. And then within the Noah Presgrove case, if there's any corrupt LE there, whether they move on in life or stay as they are, they can be a bit dodgy, questionable too. Cindy says, does this have any affiliation with the camera or the video camera that was in a Tyrrell, Oklahoma business that was talked about a while back? Women's restroom or something like that? I'd have to go back and find the post to be completely accurate. And let's just see the responses here. Brenda says, no. Robin Smith says, that is Cash Alsop. He hid a camera in the women's bathroom at Tyrrell City Hall. Same county, though. Same county. So Robin isn't completely, dismissing it. So there is another link I would like to add on, and it's in regards to the events at the party, specifically Sunday morning when they went to get breakfast. The long-time friends, Caden Pressey speaking about it in Partners in True Crime podcast interview. Caden Pressey, Noah Presgrove, Jack Newton, Brylan Sweat, Isaac Rojas, Logan Jernigan, Carter Combs, Avery Combs, 8 or 9 people all going out to, of all places, Waurika. Let's check it out on the maps. So we are zoomed out, but you can clearly see where the marker is, Waurika, and just above it, of course, Waurika Lake. There's references to that, of course. We get to that shortly. Just want to say as a heads up, this may unlock a new video idea theory to look into. Just keep your eyes out. So we've got Waurika there, the place where the people went to. You got Ryan down here, which has been referenced to do with talks, discussions. You got the Texas Red River, and then of course you got Tyrrell right there. And down here, the party house. And then the main highway, which goes all the way to like Duncan, Comanche, goes through Ryan, and also reaches Waurika. So the guys, the girls, got into their vehicles, Noah, I guess, in his own vehicle, driving on down to Waurika. Were they racing one another? Who knows? That can be for a future video, right? Following the highway, main road, to eventually get to this place here, okay? A gas station somewhere. And I'm guessing at the time of when they were here, not exactly this spot, but as we were hanging out in the area to get breakfast, somewhere within Waurika, this location, you've got the Waurika city manager at the time done. So, what was he doing back then done? Was he doing any dodgy things? Probably. I mean, the investigation started for January or February, but that would have been 2024, so it's still onwards. But he could have still been doing dodgy things before that. I just wanted to make reference to this spot because of the breaking news and the fact that party goers were within the area of Waurika back in 2023. Not that they were impacted by this city manager, but it's just with it being within the same area, right? So I just wanted to point that out. Furthermore, the other kind of like little small scale link is the fact that, well, there could be a form of corruption within Waurika, more so a particular questionable event at Waurika Lake back in 2020. Now, if I can just get to this point here, Waurika Lake, referenced within the Noah Presgrove case, first of all, because on Monday in 2023, September 4th, the day Noah Presgrove supposedly murdered and died, Jack Newton, father Caleb, and grandfather were supposed to be going out to do a fishing trip. Suppose it didn't happen, but it was going to, the event. So there's a bit of a link there, a reference to the area of Waurika, once again. But then I guess another thing to acknowledge would be 2020, as I said. you had a boating accident in which Caleb was steering the boat, and there was a handful of people on board, including another fully grown adult, and then the rest were kids aged from five plus onwards, and a 7-year-old girl ended up falling into the water mysteriously, never worked out, and died because of the propeller making contact with it. So obviously not a good outcome, of course, but the victim's family still maintained friendship with Caleb after it, and he also got a payout of supposedly $100,000. So it's not like hush money, you could look at it that way. And whilst these individuals more so civilians, it's just within the area of Waurika, a dark event in the past, and it was kind of brushed over. But then you got now a new event within Waurika, a city manager, a higher profile individual getting caught up in child offences, which is not good at all. Have they done anything else? And is there anyone else within Waurika that may have done something similar? And this guy Dunn could have turned a blind eye because he does it himself. Like a chain reaction of events. So the more bad things happen in a particular area, the more unstable and unsafe it becomes. And depending what those crimes or charges are, could Noah Presgrove have been caught up in any of it? Maybe more not. But in terms of how things are handled afterwards, you could argue and say impacted negatively. Though with the OSBI and how they've handled this situation with an ongoing investigation which has gone on since January, quite enough time has passed by, and supposedly a form of justice coming about. Can the same be replicated within Noah Presgrove or not? You let me know what you think down below in the comments. Hopefully you found this video somewhat interesting. Be sure to hit the like button and share this video so it spreads more awareness of what's going on within the general area and how it can complicate the case with Noah, or more so just the justice for Noah and onwards. That's it for now. My name's Waurika. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Good night.